Nothing that really comes to mind, but give us a story about puking at a bar or a party.
Puking at a bar or a party.
Now Andrew has a good one. I know this. I first heard this when I was about 16 or 17. So I feel like that by the time he's done, something will have stirred in your memory, stirred your drink or your.
I've got a couple, but go ahead. I'll listen.
Oh man, why? Okay, when this does come back to wrestling, in a way. So when I was like 19 years old, we had these parties at this my first ever apartment. And for whatever reason, I was the scapegoat for just verbal beat downs and just people. And the last thing I needed in my life was to be caught puking at a party. And they also tried to get me wildly drunk because for my size, a whopping 5'6", 135 pounds, I could put down a fair amount of alcohol. Yeah. So they had a beer bong, and they decided they were going to. I was going to do a beer and 3 shots of vodka. So at the last second, I was able to just throw the vodka in the sink and then fill them up with water. So, obviously looked like vodka. So I downed this beer with 3 shots of water just because I knew that my liver was going to explode in the living room if I had tried to take that amount of punishment. Anyway, I got it down, and all of a sudden just the gut just started rumbling, and I knew that it was lights out and there was somebody in the bathroom. And I'm sitting there doing what you do, choking it back, sucking it down, like swallowing air. And the more air I swallowed, the less likely I was to puke, but my gut was just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And on the wall, we had this giant picture of Stone Cold Steve Austin. It was almost like the Cal Ripken, like, drink your milk, get this tall. Yeah. But we had Steve Austin on the wall instead.
Nice.
And there's probably 30 people in a 2-bedroom apartment. And out of nowhere, I can't hold it anymore. And I turned to Steve Austin and just projectile vomit from about 3 feet away, square in his chest. And I instantly go into panic mode. But as soon as I turn my head left and I turn my head right, no one is looking at me. I've gotten away with it. As soon as the bathroom door opens, I get in there, I lock the door, I wash my face off, I come out, re-enter the party, and my roommate at the time is like, "Who the fuck threw up on Steve Austin? Who fucked up Stone Cold?" And I'm just sitting there. I don't know. That girl was in the bathroom for like 30 minutes, though. Instantly shames this chick. I get away with it. And all I had to do was pick up some McDonald's chicken nuggets off the floor. And that was my my penance for the entire thing. Got away with this. Didn't tell the story for about 10 years until maybe I told Wes and his brother in the basement. But beyond that, 10 years, never told the story to anybody else at that party. Only because even to this day, I feel like I would be shamed into oblivion for the one time I ever puked publicly at a party and I never got caught. It was my one get out of jail free card that life has granted me.
Yeah, I'll be sure to share this with those guys afterwards. But
that's perfectly fine.
One of the things you left out was that, and this is like when you're setting the stage for a story like this, when you set a good foreground, when you're like, all right, hold on, I need to backpedal this. You had said you were like, I don't think you said, you just felt a little down in the dumps, and they pressured you into that while you were hitting it off with a young lady that was at the party, and you were starting to feel good about yourself. And you didn't want to walk away, and they kept like, "Mur, mur, 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 mur." Fine, I'll fucking do it.
Well, this is a 21-year-old story at this point, too. So, like, this might be a little more fresh in your mind, especially because you probably heard it when you were 16 years old. And I think I was 19 at the time. I was 19. I think our 35-year-old gas station manager was the one buying us all the Budweiser, which by the way, we decorated the entire living room with Budweiser boxes. There was an entire, like, upper fringe around the entire ceiling of the entire apartment, just nothing but Budweiser boxes. And it was because a 35-year-old man was buying 19-year-old kids booze to come over and party because he hated his life and his wife.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah, absolutely. And I aspired to be him one day.
Bad. I've seen it, before I get into any of my stories, I've seen it happen twice, and it's pretty miraculous. Two people that I know. One was my cousin. And it was just that same bar that I was telling you many podcasts ago about Alan. It was 4 establishments that had had a door in between them all. It was a bar, game room, dance club, strip club. And you could enter, you could like Benny Hill in and out each door. But we were in the bar part, and my cousin did a shot of Goldschlager. All of us did, and he was like, "Whoa," and put his head down on the bar and puked down the front of it. Didn't get caught. Okay. And another time was at the Rendezvous. Murr was with a fellow graduate of the class of 97. It was Justin Herwig. And the reason he bought me a shot because he had I had to confront him about him touching a girl that I graduated with's rear end at the bar. And I didn't know he did it. She was like, "Oh my God, this asshole grabbed my ass. Can you go say something to him?" I was like, "Yeah, you bet." And it was like, it was him. I was like, "Oh God, that guy, fuck." And yeah, he bought us a shot to apologize. And was like, "Blah." No one saw it. Nobody.
That's awesome. Right between the bar and the chair too, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Yep. That's right. Oh. Microsoft's giving me something. Getting free stuff.
PC, bro.
Getting some free stuff. Yeah, Alan. I mean, I can remember a couple times having to like exit stage left at a party after doing some shots.
I've definitely done the whole like head down on the bar thing after a shot, at least twice that I can think of, and gotten away with it. That was just perfect. It was just it was literally the shot that just went down,
right?
That came right back up. You know what I mean? So it's no harm, no foul. I think there's equal amounts of liquor on the floor just cause. So that's okay. And then I think the one that I remember the most is actually at bid party when we got our bids the night.
For those of you who don't know, Murray, you may not know, when you get a bid, that means you have been awarded access to become a pledge.
You're allowed to get your head kicked in for 9 months or 9 weeks or whatever it fucking is.
How long was the process, Alan?
Mine was 9 weeks.
9 weeks.
God, that's long. Mine was 7.5.
Yeah.
Now, like, what did the 9 weeks consist of?
Oh man, we could go.
We can't tell. We can't tell.
Oh, I'm sorry, Wes. That's been graduated from college for 15 years at least.
Yeah, 15 on the dot.
Don't want to give any trade secrets away.
Someone may be watching this. I don't know.
Stuff and things. But besides the point, we did have ridiculous parties, and one of them is usually that party, which really just involves these fucking naive kids who are like, "Yeah, we're gonna join a fraternity, just get shithoused with a bunch of bros," and that's exactly what happened. And our good friend Derek Kilby, at some point in the evening, very late in the evening, handed me a plastic bottle of Port Royal rum, which is fucking disgusting. If you've never had it, don't get it. Don't buy it. Don't buy anything in plastic bottles, quite frankly. But he handed me the bottle of Port Royal and made me fucking take a shot of it. And I did not want to take a shot of it. And exactly what I thought was going to happen happened. But it was like this weird moment in time where everyone turned away from me. And I was just like, what? Right out, boom, done, right down. And nobody saw. I looked around and no one saw it except one blue Jack Wickham. And he was like, "That shit tastes awful. Here's a cigarette. Get that taste out of your mouth." I was like, "Nice, thank you, and thank you for not blowing my spot up," because there was like 10 people in the room. But yeah, that's the one that sticks out the most, I think.
Yeah, here's Powers did that at Howl at the Moon, and it was weird because that's that. Murph, if you're not familiar, that's the dual piano jam bar.
Yeah, I ended up there one night with your brother because we couldn't get into the other place that was down the way, and it was like dueling Billy Joel.
And
the most bizarre entertainment I've ever gotten drunk to, but very whimsical and very entertaining.
You'll hear Piano Man within fucking the first half an hour.
Yeah, you'll.
Oh yeah,
you'll do. You write down what you want to hear and throw some money up there. Last time I was there, the guy did At a Medium Pace by Adam Sandler. Unbelievable.
Really?
Oh yeah. I said, if you don't feel like doing this, if you feel like this is too inappropriate. You can just play this instead. And he read that and said, "Fuck that! I'm playing it."
That's pretty
just
good.
the fact that he knew it is amazing. Did he even do the shampoo bottle section of the
Dude,
song?
he sang every lyric from beginning to end.
Wow.
Yeah.
At a medium pace.
At a steady 4/4. But anyway, it was a Friday happy hour, and Powers did a shot, and was like, there wasn't enough people around for it to be totally unnoticeable, but it was just the manner of him like standing up and not moving, just like not trying to get out of dodge or find a corner or head down on a bar like a normal human. So it was like, yeah. and then walked out and smoked a cigarette, and I looked around thinking someone saw that. Somebody saw that.
Nobody had to see it.
No.
Yeah. No, I'm sure there are other times. Nobles, it had to happen. I vaguely remember a couple of those.
I had a pretty epic one. I was at Scores, and we were getting at shots and booze pretty good, and one just didn't sit. It just was just like, oh nope. And then again, I think Murr, when you talked about trying to hold it back and like, just got to mitigate this saliva, mitigate this glucosey kind of roll. Nope, not happening. And went there. Well, those places are classy. They have people there that let you in. They have people there who are like wash. Hey, would you like this? Would you like a mint? Would you like some Listerine? Would you like some cool water cologne? Just like a Magnum condom? No, you're not a Magnum condom. It's a regular condom. Like all and so if they hear you vomiting in a stall, they're gonna kick you out. So I had to be like to mask it.